Centuries before the Wright brothers lifted their aircraft from the sands of North Carolina, before Europe even dreamed of controlled flight, a man in Muslim Spain climbed a cliff with wings of silk, wood, and ambition strapped to his arms. His name was Abbas ibn Firnas, the scholar, inventor, poet, astronomer, and the first human in recorded history to attempt scientific flight. He lived in 9th century Al-Andalus, one of the most advanced civilizations on Earth. Cordoba shone with libraries, scholars, medicine, and engineering, a world where knowledge was not feared, but celebrated. And within this world, Ibn Firnas stood out for one reason. He believed humans were meant to touch the sky. Long before his famous flight, his genius was already known. He built a device that simulated stars and the movement of planets, allowing students to study the heavens indoors. He crafted a water-powered clock, invented lenses that improved vision, and experimented with crystals to create some of the earliest forms of glass used in reading stones. In a time when much of Europe struggled with basic literacy, he was bending light. But his greatest dream was the one that defied human limits. He studied the wings of birds, the lightness of feathers, and the way airflow lifted a body. His approach wasn't magic or myth, it was observation, physics, and engineering. And so he built a glider, a pair of wings carefully curved, covered in silk and reinforced with wood. He believed the air could carry him if he understood it. The day of the attempt, people gathered below the cliff of the Jabal al-Arus outside Cordoba. Ibn Firnas stepped to the edge, tightened the frame around his arms, and jumped into history. And he flew. Not a fall, not a crash. A controlled glide, long enough for witnesses to record it, long enough for historians to remember it, long enough to prove that humans could challenge gravity. It was the 9th century, and Abbas ibn Firnas was soaring on the wind. When he finally landed, the impact was hard. He survived but injured his back. And later, he analyzed his own failure with honesty and brilliance. He concluded that while he had understood how to launch and glide, he had not studied how birds use their tails to break and land safely. 1,000 years before aviation engineering, he diagnosed the missing component of controlled flight. This is why modern historians call him a pioneer of aeronautics. He wasn't a myth. He wasn't a legend invented later. He was a real scientist making a real attempt based on real observation. When most of the world believed flight belonged to gods and angels, his legacy didn't end on that cliff. Today, a crater on the moon is named Ibn Firnas. An airport runway in Iraq carries his name.